Hi, welcome to another video on the Business Partner. This one, instead of being just a tutorial, is actually an answer to a question that I get fairly frequently and a question I just got recently. So we're going to go through and look at how the replace command or option works within the FileMaker database. So the specific question I got was, how can I change the discount for Conestoga doors from 20% to 17%. When you get the business partner, all of it's set to 20. But some people's discount is 25, some people's is 27, some people's is 15, some people's is 10. And if you want to change those, and again, keep in mind that this option can be used for a lot of things other than just doing what we're going to do. It can be used anywhere where you find a set of records and you want to change one thing that is the same in all of those records by just changing one. So we're going to go to the cabinet setup, and we're going to first look at doors and drawers. So we see right now we have found the drawer fronts. We're going to start with the door. So we want doors for a vendor of Conestoga. And so by choosing the category and the vendor and the active doors, if we were to choose inactive, there are none. But if we choose active, that's all of the Conestoga doors. You might have some inactive doors. But if we choose door, Conestoga, and active, then all these doors listed here are all of the Conestoga doors within the door database. And so we can click on any of these doors. Doesn't matter which one we click on. We need to open one of them. Keep in mind that you can sort how you see this by any of these category headings. So if we sort by item name, then it's going to be an alphanumeric from top to bottom here under the name, and you can see the numbers are all mixed up now. Or if we choose model number, then it's going to sort by model number. If we chose category, nothing would happen because they're all doors. If we chose vendor, nothing would happen because they're all Conestoga. But these columns that have different things in them, obviously that works. So if you need to find something specific, that being able to sort by those headings may help. But we're looking for just any one of those doors. So click on the gold button for the door. And come in here. We see that we have 67 records. This little area here allows you to navigate. You see we can navigate forward or backwards. This is record 13 of 67. And we see that this discount percentage is 20% for each record that we go to. And unless you've changed to just one record, they're all going to be set to 20%. If you have changed one, it won't be affected, even if it's in this found set, if it's not 20% when we start. So we're picking one of these that's 20%. In the case of the specific person that asked the question, he mentioned that he had changed a few of them as he went along. So they would actually be 17 if we scroll through this whole list, and they won't be affected by this change. They'll just stay 17, because what we're going to tell it is we want to change this 20 to 17, so it's only going to look at the doors that have 20 in this field. So if all 67 of them don't have 20 in that field, it will ignore the ones that have something other than that. So we're going to change this 0.20, and anytime you're entering a percentage, you need to have the decimal place first for the percentage. So we want 0.17. We don't want to click enter. We don't want to click outside the field. We just want to enter the information only and then go straight to, on your screen, this will say tools. Mine says scripts, but I'm going to refer to it as tools from here on out because that's what it says in the runtime version. We want to use this replace command, and you could also hit Control 8. It would do the same thing. So let's choose replace. Then it gives us some instructions here. Click help to get step-by-step instructions. So there's the help button. You could do that. If you've already found the records that you want to change and have selected the field to replace, click proceed to perform the replace now. And we've done that. We've clicked in this field. We've changed it from 0.20 to 0.17. So we're ready to proceed. And this is just giving us one last chance. Carefully read the information at the top of the next dialog box. Verify your field and number of records affected. You will have the chance to cancel from that screen if the information is not correct. So we could cancel here, or we can proceed. And when we get here, we still have the option to cancel if we see that something's wrong. But in this case, we see we do have 67 records, and that we're going to change those 67 records, and we're going to change what was in the field to 0.17. So that's exactly what we want. All we have to do is hit replace. And so now all of our doors, the discount percentage is now set to 17. Now the materials for those doors were not affected by this. When we're looking at this screen, we're looking at the door database up here, and we're looking at the door materials through a portal here. So we haven't done these yet, we've only done this. So we would need to go to the material database to do that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do the drawers, the drawer fronts. So I'm going to go to doors and drawer fronts again. And instead of choosing door, I want to pick drawer fronts. And again, it doesn't matter which one of these I pick on. I just want to make sure I found the drawer fronts for Conestoga. If I had all here, I'm going to have drawer fronts in here from Decorative Specialties, Northern Contours, and I don't want to change those. I just want to change the ones that are Conestoga. So again, I want to pick that vendor of Conestoga in drawer fronts, pick the first drawer front, then I want to change the discount percentage for these drawer fronts from, and again, if we go forward, when you see that one's 20, that one's 20, that one's 20, doesn't matter which one we pick. So we pick that one and we say, okay, I want to change the percentage from 20.20 to 0.17. Then don't hit enter. Don't click out here somewhere. Your cursor still needs to be in that field. Go to Tools, go to Replace, Proceed, Proceed, and then Replace. And it's going to do exactly what it says it here. For these 43 drawer fronts, it's going to change the 20 to 0.17. Replace. And now if we go forward or backwards, we see that they're all 17. Okay? So the next thing to do would be to do the materials for those doors and drawer fronts. Now, in the case of Conestoga doors and drawer fronts, they are sharing those materials. So all I've got to do is pick, you don't see a drawer front material here. They're sharing those materials. So I pick door and a vendor of Conestoga, and now there's nothing in here that's not a door or drawer front for Conestoga. If I scroll down through here, I don't see anything but Conestoga as the vendor. So that would be correct. I can pick on any one of them. And now we see that the supplier discount is set to 20. We also see one right below it that's 20. We may be looking for that to change, but it's not going to because it is actually a different field. It's a waste factor. It is not the supplier discount. And so we don't want it to be affected, and it won't be affected. It is unless we actually did it separately. So in this case, we want 0.20 to be 0.17. Again, I don't want to click out of the field or click my mouse anywhere else or even push enter. I just want to go straight to Tools, Replace, Proceed, Proceed, and Replace. And now if we go forward or backward, we see that they're all 17. So that gets our door and drawer front materials. Now, if you really are using Conestoga, you also may be using them for finishing of your doors as well. So we have all these finishes here. And we need to find all the something. Here we see that we found finish processes, stains, glazes. Well, the stain colors and the paint colors and the glaze colors don't have any cost associated to them. So we don't really want to find those. We just want to find the finish processes, the things that have a cost associated to them. And if we click on the first finish, we see that we found 72 records, and that's all of the finishes. And here we actually have the same field 3 times. There's the discount percentage there, and there it is there, and there it is there. This is the discount percentage as it's applied to the square foot cost. This is the discount percentage as it's applied to the complex per door cost, and this is the discount percentage for the per part simple. So there's 3 different fields, but it's all actually the same field. So all I have to change is one, and it'll change 3 fields for 72 records. So I'm going to click in any of these 3 fields, it doesn't matter which one, choose 0.17, and again I don't want to click enter or click anywhere else, and then replace. And you can read these instructions if you need to, but we know at this point we need to proceed and proceed, and then just look at, yes, 72 records, we want to replace them with 17, so I'm going to say replace. And now we see all 3 changed, and if we scroll forward, we see that all of them are changed for every, you see the finish process name changing there, and the number 37 is now 38, and it's a different finish process, but they're changed to 17. So that's how you can change a group of items, making a single change and affecting a whole group of items. Now, just for a quick review, we're going to go back and change them back. So I want to change this 17 to 0.20. I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to Replace, Proceed, Proceed. I want to change it, replace it with 20, Replace, and now you see they're back to 20. And if I scroll forward, we see that they are 20. Then I'm going to go back. That got my finished processes. Now I need to go back to my materials, and I want to find door materials for a vendor of Conestoga, and then that's narrowed it down, and then I want to click on any one of those doors and change the 0.17 to a 0.20. Again, I don't want to click out of the field, and I don't want to hit the enter key. I just want to go straight to the tool pull down and choose replace, proceed, proceed, and we see that it is going to change it to 0.20 and replace. And if we scroll forward, we see they're all 20% now. Now we want to do the same thing for the doors and drawer fronts. So we'll go to the, we've already found the drawer fronts for Conestoga, so we can just click on one of them. And we see that that's set to 17. We want to change that to 20. Go to Tools, Replace, Proceed, Proceed, 20 is correct, Replace, and now if we scroll forward or scroll backwards, we see that they're all set to 20. And one last thing, we just got the drawer fronts, so we want to go back to doors and drawers, and this time choose doors. And the first door, again, we found doors for Conestoga. Find the first door. We see that it's set to 17. I'm going to change it to 0.20. Scripts, or tools on yours. Replace, proceed, proceed. It's telling us that it's going to change 67 records with 0.20, replace. And now they're all back to 20%. And if we scroll forward or backwards, we see that they're all set to 20% now. So that's how you use the replace can option within the Business Partner Program or any FileMaker database for that matter. It's just how the replace command works within the FileMaker engine. So if anything you need to change, a large group of something, you can do that here in this field. So hopefully that's helpful, and look forward to seeing you on another video at a later time.